Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit league settings. It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Titans and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right, it was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week 1, you're so hopeful.
To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading them out to the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Here's the moment this fan base has dreamt of since this pick was announced. Their number 1 pick, savior of the franchise, captaining their offense in week 1. The expectations are sky high, maybe even unrealistic to a degree, but the future is undoubtedly bright with him right at the center of your team.
They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
That throw finds Komet. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun, Williams. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Pinned off running right. Here's Swift. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the pistol, Williams. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Titans ready for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out is their 2nd-year quarterback from Kentucky. He earned several starts as a rookie. It's Will Levis.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Hauled in by Tyler Boyd. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On the play fake, it's Levis. Finds a seam down the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Levis here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Levis now off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Levis. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now it's Nick Folk to try the Titans field goal. From the left hash, 54 yards out. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And the deficit stays at 7.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
The Bears offense out there for their 2nd drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now after the play, looks like we have somebody banged up. What we hope is it's nothing major. Don't want to see a serious injury less than a quarter into the season. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 48. Komet brings it in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
That's caught for the 1st. And he gets this forward to the 19. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Cut near the goal line. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. And the Titans rush brings him down. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Williams from the gun. open, so he chucks this to another county.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Carney's kick is good, and that will add to their score.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Titans offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Gets everything he has under this throw. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
On third down, Pollard. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Levis. That throw finds Okonkwo. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Montez Sweat who took him down. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Levis from the shotgun. Pass caught by Ridley. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
The give on 2nd to Pollard. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Levis. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Titans will have a 1st down. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll run here with Tajay Spears. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Second down now, 7 to go. Levis. From the pocket, looking for a target. Catch is made in close. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Levis setting to throw. Escapes the... And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Will Levis with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Scoreboard shows 10-7. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Going to run again with Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Working from the gun, Williams. This pass caught by Allen. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears make it a 9-point advantage. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So now here comes the Titans on offense. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 37. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So after the play, some obvious concern from their sideline as they watch their quarterback out there in some pain. Training staff running out to check on him. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. First throw for the backup now. Has his man. It's Ridley. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Handoff running right, Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Complete beyond the marker. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Pass brought in by Traylon Burks. And he's taken down at the 30. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Boyd now in motion left. Now the give as they set up the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Finds his man over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
The kick by Gano is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Bears and receiver Keenan Allen making their way back out. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Williams to throw on first. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Williams. That throw finds Kmet. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, Williams. Moore's got it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Williams will look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Running back, motioning right. Williams from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Running with Swift out of the gun. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Bears take a 13-point lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights, and the Bears double their lead to 14. Jackson now to return it. Returns looking good so far. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Right back to Pollard. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Design bootleg here. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Boyd will go in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. 2nd and 6 coming up here. On the ground, Pollard. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Willis. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Titans sending out Ryan Stonehouse now on 4th down to in turn send a punt away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Here's Swift to start the drive. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Taken down by Sebastian Joseph Day. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now here's Williams. Catch made by Allen. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, here's Swift. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Williams on the play action. Komet brings it in. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Here's a nickel look by the Titans. Third down. Now Williams. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down just as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Williams has the connection to Odunze. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throw right side hauled in by Komet. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down, ball at the 36. To throw is Williams. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Rome Odunze, the intended receiver. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. 1 for 1 so far. This is from 40. Carney's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome aboard to you and Brock. And to you at home as we take you around the NFL here on NFL Kickoff Weekend 2024. We begin with a good one in the AFC South. 2 of the division favorites locking horns to start the year, Houston and Indianapolis. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Travis Etienne with a touchdown run. In the first half, it was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So to begin the third, it'll be the Titans offense we see first. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Levis. Caught by Pollard. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Okonkwo brings it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Motioning the tight end now. Throwing now on first down, Levis. And the trick play doesn't pay off. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Levis now on first down. That throw finds Okonkwo. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Going with Pollard on the ground. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Tight end in motion right. Throwing his Levis on 3rd down. Boyd hauls it in. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The kick by Gano is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They run the counter with Swift. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Broke through the tackle. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Williams from the gun. That throw finds Komet. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Williams set to pass. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. He's got it on the bootleg. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Now here's Williams. Has his man, it's Swift. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Herbert. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Escapes out to... And they take this in for the score. The Bears push their lead further to start the half. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. His 3rd total score this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Jackson now to return it. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. This is ahead for about 5. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the 39. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now it's Pollard. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. Levis from the shotgun. That finds Burks, complete. And they bring him down around the 34. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running right, here's Pollard. And he gets this forward to the 19. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Levis here on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, Levis will take it in. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Titans get it back to a 14-point game. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Off the play fake, Williams. He's trying to push the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Running behind center with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Deshaun Gibson. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep. or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Titans and Will Levis set to take over again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 43. That pass complete to Boyd. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Titans ball, and they could use a score. They come into the fourth trailing. They're set up at the 35 now. Now Levis. Buys time, rolling right.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
2nd and 8. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Levis. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 21. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Stuffed once again, and now suddenly they're left with 3rd and goal. Levis back to throw. He's on the move. And he'll score! Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Will Levis with the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Titans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Williams on the play action. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Swift hauls it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Bears first down. On the ground with Swift. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Williams. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that first down marker. And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set, 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Levis now off the play fake. Boyd hauls it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Pollard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They give on 2nd to Pollard. And this one does not go far. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Here's Levis. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Throwing now on first down, Levis. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams set to pass. Kmet brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, He's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Again, it's going to be Swift. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Back-to-back runs, stop short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Swift. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This one finds Boyd. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Pass taken in by Pollard. Hit some space around midfield. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. From the 48, into the hands of Okonkwo. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Levis now on 1st down. And he won't connect on that one. Incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Trying to find his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Levis throwing again. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They'll go Levis. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Handoff running right. Here's Swift. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Going to run again with Swift. Along the sideline past midfield. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears looking like they'll start this season with a win. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. On 3rd down, here's Swift. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Carney's kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Levis from the shotgun. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by T.J. Edwards.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And Brock, they're in a spot where they can just kneel this thing out, even though the one timeout does remain defensively. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Allen on the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.